Welcome to That's History. When we hear the word giant today, our minds immediately go to the corporate titans that rule our modern world. Massive multinational corporations that dominate our skylines and our daily lives, casting a shadow of influence across the globe. But long before the boardrooms and the billionaires, the ancient world had giants of its own, not built of corporate mergers, but of myth and monumental stone. Welcome to the island of Gozo, home to the Ggantija Temples, a site whose very name translates to Place of Giants. Shrouded in an Easter Island-like mythological atmosphere, this ruined complex holds a staggering secret. There is absolutely no record of who built it or how. To understand the impossibility of Ggantija, you have to understand its timeline. These walls were erected between 3600 and 2500 BC during the Neolithic era. These stones were standing long before the first block of Stonehenge was ever dragged into place, and well before the sands of Egypt saw the construction of the Great Pyramids. In fact, at over 5,500 years old, Ggantija is the world's second oldest existing man-made religious structure, second only to Göbekli Tepe. It is widely considered one of the oldest freestanding structures on the entire planet. With no wheels, no metal tools, and no written language, how did a primitive island society raise a complex so massive that it earned UNESCO World Heritage status? For centuries, the locals believed they didn't. They believed a giant did. According to local Gozo folklore, these massive megaliths weren't hauled by thousands of men, but by a single woman. Her name was Sansuna. Legend says Sansuna was a giantess with a highly specific diet, surviving entirely on a mix of fava beans and honey, which gave her unimaginable strength. But she wasn't entirely separated from humanity. The myth claims she fell in love with a common mortal man, and together they had a child. With her half-mortal child hanging from her shoulder, Sansuna single-handedly hoisted these colossal stones into place. The folklore dictates that she built these massive enclosures to serve as a place of worship and to conduct ancient, powerful fertility rites. Whether built by a mythical giantess fueled by honey or by generations of brilliant, coordinated Neolithic engineers, the temples eventually faced an enemy no giant can defeat: time. By the modern era, the elements were threatening to erase this 5,500-year-old marvel. But in the late 2000s, an intensive, multi-million-dollar restoration project was launched. Conservators painstakingly reinforced the ancient limestone, ensuring that the Place of Giants wouldn't be lost to history. Today, the corporate giants of the modern world build towers of glass and steel meant to last a lifetime. But the ancient builders of Gozo built a monument of stone that has lasted for millennia. And their silent mythical legacy still stands tall. Thanks for watching That's History. Why not like and subscribe to our channel?